Hello again, rally car fans. We have this car by CM's. This is an extinct brand now. And this is the Lancia Super Delta from 1992, the Tour De Corsa. I don't know if I've ever seen this box before, but it says 630 yen, so like $6.30 even in today's money, which is pretty amazing considering how good this model looks. Seems to be 6 collections. I was trying to decipher. I think this is the collection number. This is the third collection from this brand. And then there's 6 models in each collection. So you got these 3 models here. And these 3 models here. Okay, so if you want to look those up online or something. And then I think the back is always the same. So all 6 cars would come with this same box. Okay. Now it does say here Michelin Tire Group 2005. So now we know how old it is. 2005, and it costs a little over $6. Okay. It's a very big, wasteful box, unfortunately, but I guess CM's is gone now, so it doesn't matter. It came screwed to this base. And then here we got some photos. So I think in this actual race, it was running these wheel covers to help cool off the brakes, and that's something they skipped here on this model. But everything else is pretty similar. Oh, they also skipped the window tinting there. You can see the window tint on both those photos. Right. I couldn't find a rear photograph of this car, but this is similar looking. Okay. Being in 1992, I believe this is the 4th and last iteration of the Delta line from Lancia. It was also nicknamed well, technically the original name is the Delta HF Integrale Evoluzione. It's a long name. So it was nicknamed the Deltona or Super Delta, and it debuted in the 1992 Monte Carlo race. This last evolution gave it a stiffer body and wider wheel arches, bigger wheels, brakes, improved suspension and aerodynamics, and the engine was a little bit more powerful. It was running a 2-liter turbocharged engine, I think, and it was supposed to be about 5 or 6% faster. But they were really stretching out this platform. I know this car was driven by Didier Auriol. There it is. You can see right here. And he won this event, but he came in third in the season. Carlos Sainz came in first, I believe, for the Drivers' Championship. In typical CM's fashion, all the graphics are tampo printed on, so they look pretty nice. A little crooked though. And actually, that's a really wide panel gap. It's not very good, actually. The wheels are also blanked off. I think a little paint wash would have obviously made these wheels look nicer. It's got some relatively thin mud guards there. It had this antenna taped to the bottom of the base, and I just put it in as a friction fit. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Black paint on the window molding. These little mirrors are casted in. No reflectivity though. And you can see this silver roll cage is quite low because it's, well, it could have been pushed up higher, so not the best roll cage on this example. But you can see some red on the seats in there, the harnesses molded in. The rear is totally gutted out, nothing else in there. No spare wheel though. Sometimes these CMs have spare wheels. Alright, going to the front here, we have the not only clear plastic headlights, but also fog lights. So there's 6 pieces of plastic here running the lights, which is very nice. Then we got black paint in here, and the grille also has a texture. Oh, this is a separate plastic piece. And it's got, silver around the outside. So that's pretty neat. Let's go to some casted in things there. I guess these are lights on the real car. But they're not painted. This should be orange. And then this is clear, and then this is supposed to be black. So some color missing there from CM's. What's this here? It's like a separate little skid plate or chin spoiler with some rivet marks. While we're down here, it's riveted together, so fixing it, modifying it would be tough. The tire treads do look great though. They're really small tread blocks there. It rolls. The door handles here, they seem to have some black paint there. This one looks better. I don't know why. This one looks so different. Like this one has like finger area recess here, but it's not on this one. What about this side? Yeah, it's the same on this side. Like the front door handle has like a area here and a key area here, but I don't see it on the back, so that's really strange. Fuel filler is just covered up by the graphic, but that's actually accurate to a real photograph. Alright. So on the top we got a bunch of ribbing here for these vents. I guess they're not supposed to be black according to... Yeah, so I guess that's accurate. I instinctively want to see black in here, but I don't actually see it on the real car, so I guess this is fine. Some printing on the windshield, and some black paint going around the casting, it looks like. Some wiper blades molded in, painted black, but they don't actually terminate at the edge of the windshield, so they look a little bit odd. Like they're just floating, right? It's weird that it's just floating around there. I don't know why they would do that. Oh, I see. I see. I think this is supposed to actually be down more or something. Well, anyways, let's move on. We got a little raised bump here. I think this might be a hatch that opens up to let fresh air into the cabin. And then now I've learned that this is an adjustable wing on the Lancia Deltas. So sometimes they look super vertical, like on the Hot Wheels, but this looks more normal to me, more like a 45-degree angle. Going into the back, we got some printing on the window, some black paint around the casting, and then some tampos in the back. We got a license plate here. It's accurate to the real car. More printing. And then a little tow hook area, looks like. Yeah, alright. Tiny little exhaust tip with some silver paint. So, no rear wiper. I assume this bump might be a motor for a wiper, but I don't see it. I don't see it on that real photograph I pulled up either. So, I don't know. Okay. You can see more of that thick roll cage doing all sorts of crazy stuff in there. Dashboard, I don't see any additional color. Just molded details there. Yeah, alright. Well, it's a nice model again by CMs. I really wish this brand still existed. So if this is 1992, it would have been competing against this car, the Ford Sierra sedan. It's a four-door sedan, but the Ford did not do very well. It was totally outclassed by the smaller, nimbler cars, or lighter cars. And at the time, Toyota had a new Celica out, but it had, I guess it didn't have a reliability down pat, so it didn't win. Oh boy, I don't know how I'm gonna even get this on here. Hold on. So this is a 1993 version of the Celica, where I think it actually did win the championship. And this is made by Pop Race, but I believe it's actually made by Inno64, and maybe Pop Race is like sub-branding it or putting their name on it, but the actual facility that makes Inno64's models is the ones making this one. Okay. Let's get this out of here as well. I do have a couple other Lancia Deltas, so these are all by CMs. This one is the Delta HF from 1991, so the year before. So it's possible this one won the championship as well, because they won 6 straight years in a row. The year later, this is a Super Delta from 1993. And then going back in time, well, these are so... Well, this one doesn't have a wing. This one does. I don't know if there's actually any difference between these two, mold-wise. I'm just going to let it spin because I'm curious here. Well, this one does have some orange in the turn signals, though. Alright, well, we'll get rid of this. Going back in time, this is a Delta S4 from 1986. So that's quite different. And let's just look at the top view, how different that older one is. Well, as usual, I do love these CM's cars. I'm getting to the point where I'm actually starting to collect the same castings, or close to the same castings, just different liveries, but I just love the rally cars, the classic rally cars. There's, just look at these images, there's just a spectator standing right next to the cars zipping by. It was like a day where they didn't care about safety, that time frame. They just didn't care about safety, and obviously people died, and they had to ban the whole Group C of racing. But it's interesting to learn and see about, right, through photographs, this type of racing. So, all right, well, I'll definitely continue to get more CM's models. So just stay tuned, and we'll see you then.